Thank you, Julik. And first of all, thank you for inviting. I'm really honored to be part of the BumpIn. And in the spirit of the topic today, which is meaningful meetings, I will do my best to make this meeting meaningful. And in my view, what makes the meetings meaningful is that either you get something from it, learning or inspiration, or you make new connections. While I'm very happy to tell you the story of RemotelyGreen and answer the questions that Julik posed, why we created RemotelyGreen and where did it bring us, I will try to keep it to minimum, and so that we have more time to actually have engaging part of the meeting where we get to know each other a little bit more and we discuss the topics around virtual meetings. So I will start with a very brief story of RemotelyGreen, a startup where we strive to deliver the meaningful meetings and do it remotely. The initiative was born just before the pandemic, during one of the hackathons at CERN. And we wanted to challenge the need for travel to work. We were the group of scientists, entrepreneurs, and engineers, and part of our work was to organize and participate in events and conferences that happened in person. And the environmental impact of those events concerned us. We asked ourselves, why don't we do it remotely? Why do we need to fly to another continent to meet other people? And why don't we instead do it online? And we surveyed more than 300 people at some point to find out the questions to this, found out the answers to these questions. And it turned out that the main reason why people wanted to go in person to these events and conferences was to meet other people. It was not about learning new things. It was not about listening to presentations. It was all about networking. But unfortunately, online events didn't provide good opportunities to have meaningful interpersonal interactions. So we decided to get on quest of solving this problem. We wanted online events to be even more than in person, or at least as good as in-person meetings. After many experiments, online events, we found which concepts work and which concepts don't work, and eventually we found something that works for to help people to connect, to help people network. The solution that we proposed was the guided online experience that was designed to help you to meet people. It was like a mutual friend that knew everyone in the event and helped you meet this person and even start conversation with them. So there are two things that we do differently. First, we automate scheduling of these meetings, and we use optimization techniques to make sure that you get as much value from these meetings as possible. And the second thing is that we help spark the meaningful discussions between strangers. And we do it with use of icebreakers and conversation prompts. So the question, is it any good in the end? We created over 6,000 new connections between 3,000 people, and the average rating was 4.5 out of 5. Some participants said that it's even easier than chatting in person. Some organizers said that people in their remote teams like and trust each other more after our events. So we started a company to offer this platform as a service. And here Impact Hub and Circular Economy Transition Incubator helped us a lot. So big thank you for this. And eventually, so the question, did we find the better way, the meaningful way to host meetings online? Well, we definitely see some evidence, but there is a lot to do more than that, because virtual events market is growing, is flourishing, and virtual events are the the fastest growing vertical of events industry in general. So there is a lot for us to discuss around virtual meetings, and I want to include everyone in this discussion. And with this, with help of RemotelyGreen platform, we would try to engage everyone in this discussion. So let's jump straight to this active part of the meeting today. So what I mean by that is that in the next 20 minutes we'll have the guided networking part. You will be guided through the series of networking meetings by our platform. We'll meet each other in smaller rooms of 3 people, and there will be 4 rounds of 5 minutes of such meetings. And each room will have a specific topic assigned depending on what you choose as your interests. So before each round you will have the possibility to express your interests, and we prepared few discussions topics for today. For instance, benefits of virtual meetings, remote work, wellness, etc. So please select what you find the most interesting to discuss, and you will be matched with people who also selected such topic. And once you are in the room with other people, you will see the conversation starter on top of the screen that would help you spark the discussion. And after 20 minutes, just like Julik said, we would come back to this plenary session and debrief, chat what went good, what went wrong, what did you like, etc. So unless there are any questions, I propose we start.
Cool, let's dive in.
Perfect. Hello, Katie. Hello, Jana. So I see. Can you hear us?
I'm in the same room as Maciej. Can you hear me?
Yes, Katie, you're on mute.
Good.
Okay, perfect. So I see what brought us together is simply we want to meet new people.
Yes.
And what we see in the icebreaker on top is a little task to show something interesting from the room you're in and say a few words about it. I happen to be in Impact Hub meeting room, so I don't have a lot of personal belongings next to me to tell you the story. So I would be curious what do you have?
That's for us. That's the questions that are prompted, I think, by the depending on the subject that we choose. Everyone gets different questions.